The terrifying discoveries in the dense forest have horrified the entire world. Amidst the dense forests, where shadows and mysteries perpetually linger, humans do not always find peace. In reality, the mysteries concealed within these forests can be truly astonishing, and they have shaken the world on more than one occasion. So what are these mysteries? Join us as we uncover them in the following 15-minute video. The death cap mushroom is one of the most poisonous fungi in the world. Ingesting even a small amount, approximately 30 grams, is enough to be fatal. The terrifying aspect is that poisoning symptoms typically appear very late, from 6 to 24 hours after consumption, leading victims to be complacent and making rescue efforts extremely difficult. This type of mushroom commonly grows in oak forests and is easily mistaken for certain edible varieties, resulting in tragic accidents. When unexpectedly lost in a deep forest, the ability to distinguish between what is edible and what is poisonous can become a vital survival skill. So, are you confident you can identify that in a hazardous wilderness environment? If the answer is no, then this is the moment Tito Sinam shows you one of the dangers you must steer clear of. Death cap mushroom. This is an extremely dangerous type of mushroom, containing potent toxins that have caused tragic human deaths since ancient times. It even led to the deaths of Roman Emperor Claudius and Holy Roman Emperor Charles VI. Therefore, you need to remember the distinct physical features of this mushroom to avoid any unfortunate accidental consumption. The death cap mushroom has a height of approximately 15 centimeters, and its cap is typically an olive green or yellowish-brown color. According to the accounts of those who accidentally ate it and were fortunate enough to survive, the dish was actually quite delicious. However, this toxin can subsequently cause symptoms such as vomiting and seizures, leading to severe liver damage and even death. However, a recent unexpected discovery reveals that scientists have identified one of the death cap mushroom's toxins. It has the potential to assist in cancer treatment, and while it cannot completely cure the disease, it may help prevent its recurrence. This is precisely why we must study nature with great care. Sometimes, the things that seem dangerous are precisely the things that can save our lives. And who knows, maybe one day it could become the key to human health. Let's wait and see. The strange feed camp. One of the classic tropes in the horror genre is when a group of characters accidentally stumbles into a desolate, isolated area. And then they were suddenly swept up in horrific events, things they should never have had to witness. This is a true story about a man from Huntington, New York. While strolling through the area, he unexpectedly witnessed a scene so strange it defied all rational explanation. Initially, he discovered a series of missing person posters plastered all over the tree trunks. During his journey of exploration, he unexpectedly discovered mysterious hidden traces that looked just like a peculiar wooden cage. Along with many signs of life, yet not a single human soul in sight. He decided to report the incident to the police, but the stranger thing was their reaction. After investigating, they concluded that it was merely a decorative prop for a Halloween party. The host at that location confirmed using these decorations to organize a party and committed to taking them down after the event concluded. But this also makes people wonder, who would go to such great lengths just to throw a party? And particularly, why did they use images of actual missing people to print on posters? Perhaps this story still holds hidden mysteries, but to this day, no further explanations have emerged. Moving into 2024, a haunting story about the discovery of a body in the Atadega National Forest left the public utterly stunned. A hunter accidentally discovered a man's body in the forest. Upon discovering the incident, the authorities immediately arrived at the scene to conduct identification and clarify the cause of death. Fortunately, the body has been identified, confirming that the victim was the owner of a truck found near the scene. However, the cause of death remains a mystery. Although there was no sign of attack or violence, could this truly be a natural death? The victim may have suffered a heart attack or a severe accident that left them unable to save themselves. In any case, it was certainly not a sight one would wish to see when walking through a forest. When the nation is plunged into the chaos of war, every soldier heading into battle carries within them a sacred and trusted belief. Their mission is to protect the fatherland under any circumstances and at any time. During World War II, Japan extensively propagated and deeply instilled this ideology into every single soldier. Many believe their mission can only end in victory or death. This is even more true for a Japanese soldier. The man lived in seclusion in the dense Quam forest for 30 years after the war ended, because he still believed that his mission was not yet complete. Initially, he did not feel lonely because there was a whole group of soldiers hiding with him at the time. But as the months and years passed, his comrades passed away one by one, until finally, only that man was found, alone. He was too exhausted to resist, yet remained steadfastly loyal to his mission. He later recounted in his memoirs a story that left readers both astonished and deeply admiring. Regarding the soldier's steadfastness, being willing to sacrifice everything to fulfill the duty of safeguarding the fatherland. Even suit. Around the world, hidden deep within dense jungles, exist countless species of giant snakes whose immense size never fails to astonish humans. Particularly in Brazil, the South American python can grow up to 7 meters in length and weigh over 400 kilograms. A size so large that it requires heavy machinery to move them. Although the photo is not very clear, it holds a strange story that can't help but make viewers curious. According to rumors, this photo captures the moment two giant South American pythons were fighting over a large bird. Both struggled to swallow the prey, and in the end, both perished. This may sound unbelievable, because this species of spider does not use venom to kill its prey, and constricts until the prey suffocates before swallowing it whole. When hunting large prey, they will dislocate their jaws to swallow the prey whole. The idea that two dogs would starve to death trying to share one bird is highly questionable. Is it possible that they came into conflict, or even attacked each other, in this fierce struggle for power? The mystery remains unsolved, leaving viewers pondering with numerous questions and deep reflections. The decline of tribes is a complex historical process, occurring as these communities gradually lost their power, influence, or independent existence. This was often caused by invasion from powerful empires, incessant internal conflicts, changes in their living environment, or assimilation into larger, more modern cultures and societies. The disappearance of tribes not only marked the end of a form of social organization but also led to the erosion of many rich cultures, unique languages, and valuable indigenous knowledge that had been passed down for millennia. Amid the ongoing Amazon deforestation crisis, we are also witnessing another heartbreaking tragedy unfolding in silence. That was the demise of the indigenous tribes. They are the ones who have been intrinsically connected to the forest, living in harmony with and holding a deep respect for nature. Throughout generations, that culture has preserved its unique identity intact. Around the world, many countries are implementing policies to protect the right to life and preserve the traditional ways of living of indigenous peoples. The situation at Amazon is completely the opposite. The tribes living here are suffering oppression and are being forced to abandon their ancestral lands. The land for which they had once shed blood to defend, a place preserving countless historical values, has now become the target of exploiters and usurpers. The tragedy reached its peak in 2022, when an entire tribe in Brazil was completely wiped out. The last of the tribe passed away in solitude, after witnessing the entire massacre of their people. This is a silent, unpunished massacre, and it serves as a wake-up call reminding us that indifference and apathy toward human life and cultural values will undoubtedly lead to unforeseeable consequences. The small wooden house is nestled in the forest. In 2015, the appearance of a cabin hidden deep within the woods of the Era community in California sparked widespread curiosity and raised countless questions. The surprising thing is that Marc-André himself was the one who discovered this cabin. This man has lived and worked in this forest for the past 30 years. When reviewing the situation of the trees for the work, he unexpectedly came across an unforeseen sight, a small cabin that was nevertheless quite sturdily built. So someone had lived here for a short while and then left. After contacting a ranger, he was led inside and further discovered that this cabin is fully equipped with amenities and even includes an oven. This is clearly a temporary shelter, possibly used for hunting activities or other tasks. Amazonian rock carving art. Art is not always perceived as beautiful works or even creations of high aesthetic value. But what we uncover from the past can sometimes astonish us and open up entirely new concepts. Regarding cultures that formed and developed thousands of years ago, a recent archaeological discovery in the Amazon rainforest has sent shockwaves through the research community. The ancient paintings carved into the cliff walls carry images of a world that had already receded deep into the past 12,000 years ago. This is no ordinary art collection. This is a complex containing tens of thousands of sketches depicting the life of prehistoric humans and extinct animal species. These paintings go beyond merely depicting lifelike images of animals, but also a gateway to profound perspectives on the relationship between humans and nature during that era. Among the depicted animals, there are creatures such as the mastodon, an ancient stegodon, a giant ground sloth, and an Ice Age horse. All have vanished in the modern world. These drawings are believed to have been created by ancient people. They may be the ancestors of today's Amazonians. It is precisely because these paintings are so incredibly rich and detailed that they are difficult to believe. Archaeologists have named this structure the Sixtine Chapel of the Ancients. One possible comparison is to liken it to Michelangelo's famous artwork in the Vatican. But the special thing here is the connection we can feel from the ancient people's hand-drawn paintings. The personal touch of the artists themselves is what created these paintings in 2019. When these paintings were discovered, they were not only overwhelming due to their age and cultural value, but also because accessing and exploring them is extremely difficult. Due to its location deep within the Amazon rainforest, the area is extremely remote and inaccessible. All these findings inevitably make us wonder, can we ever fully grasp the meaning of these images? These paintings may simply be the ancient people's way of recording their own daily lives. Or perhaps they also reflect grand ideas about the universe, the existence of all living beings, and humanity. However, regardless of the reason, their value is undeniable, because it contributes to enriching the overall picture of humanity's development throughout various periods. When you hear the name Snake Island, your mind likely conjures scenes straight out of a horror movie. However, in reality, this island off the coast of Brazil is completely real and harbors deadly dangers. This is one of the few places in the world that ordinary people cannot set foot in. Only the military or specially licensed scientists are permitted to go there. So what is the reason? Because this island is home to thousands of snakes. Among them are many highly venomous and dangerous species, including even some endemic ones. Although exact figures are not determined, some species are estimated to have populations reaching up to thousands of individuals. During the Bang Ha period, this place was once connected to the village fields by a natural bridge. But as sea levels rose, that natural bridge disappeared, turning this island into a kingdom ruled by snakes. They have adapted to the isolated environment here, thriving to become the haunting symbol of the island. The Brazilian government strictly prohibits unauthorized visits here, not only due to the danger from venomous creatures. Moreover, it aims to preserve the unique ecosystem of Snake Island, a place even Indiana Jones wouldn't dare to set foot in. The city had vanished, leaving only desolate ruins in its wake. This place was once a bustling, vibrant hub of human life, now fallen into oblivion, gradually invaded and enveloped by nature. The remaining remnants silently tell the story of a glorious era now deep in the past. From a distance, Amazon appears as a mysterious and pristine wilderness. However, throughout human history, many civilizations have existed and built cities hidden deep within dense jungles. Then came the time when those civilizations perished, all swallowed by the verdant jungle. In early 2024, researchers discovered the ruins of an ancient city deep within the Amazon rainforest. A shocking discovery, as it appears this city had been buried for tens of thousands of years. The houses and squares are connected by the roads and tree lines in eastern Ecuador. It stands as a vivid testament to the wisdom and refined craftsmanship of the ancients. They had learned how to build a comfortable life deep in the jungle. Moreover, this city is located right next to a volcano. It was likely the fertile volcanic soil that attracted ancient settlers to this area. So an eruption probably buried everything. Now, we only retain the vestiges of the past. It's astonishing to realize that this might be the oldest civilization ever discovered in the Amazon. This suggests that the mysteries of the Amazon are even more profound than we ever imagined. Snakes are facing a serious threat of extinction. For biologists, every trip into the Amazon rainforest is akin to a life or death adventure. Yet humanity remains driven to delve ever deeper, to discover and preserve mysterious, unknown species. Among them, there are snakes possessing impressive beauty that are also incredibly rare. This requires meticulous research to gain a deeper understanding of their unique ecosystem. However, snakes are not the most fearsome threat in the forest. What is more concerning is that their habitat is being severely violated and devastated by mineral mining activities. Rampant exploitation in recent times has severely degraded the Amazon rainforest, the shared home of thousands of species. Corruption and short-sighted economic interests have fueled relentless deforestation,